Hey, Tyler Durman here. Yep, Quarantine Tyler. I know you're looking at me right now and you're thinking to yourself, that guy is old. Shut up. Well, I don't normally look like this, and yes, I am old. You got a problem with that? This is Quarantine Tyler. This is just, let me show you a picture of what I normally look like so that I don't freak you out and, I'm much more relatable. All right, we know that wasn't me. That's Justin Bieber. Well, similar. Here's what I really look like. Honestly. See what I did there? I slipped in the word honestly because we're talking about honesty. I'm a professional. Yeah, that was me when I was younger. Anyway, here we are. And the reason I was going to shower, I was going to, kind of clean up a little bit, shave, but I decided not to because I want to talk about a different kind of honesty. I want to talk about the kind of honesty where we are who we are, where we let people see who we really are. Let me tell you it this way. I was in Arizona a couple months ago talking to a couple thousand high school students, and I told them this story about a very successful and popular student named Joe. Now you might be looking at me going, hold on, Tyler, could you back up 1 second? Because I don't get it. He loves his mom. She dies. He doesn't cry for 4 years. Explain that to me. I will. You know why? It's a great question. Look at the stage. Let's use this section where I've been in the middle here. Let's pretend this is Joe's heart. There are people, watch my body, when pain, hurt, disappointment, fear comes into their lives, they don't know what to do with it. Maybe you know somebody like what I'm about to show you. In fact, let me see your face, look at me. Maybe in some ways you might be like what I'm about to explain. When pain came into Joe's heart, he didn't do what we should do. You know this, right? What we should do is we should gather that pain, bring it to the front of our heart, find someone we trust, open our mouth and talk about all those things that are going on inside of us. Because if we don't, watch what happens. This is what Joe did. Pain came into his heart. And instead of going to his favorite teacher or maybe his coach or friend's big brother or somebody and saying, I'm falling apart on the inside, he did this. You ever done this? I know I have. He took all that pain to the back of his heart, like behind the chair where nobody could see it, shoved it down as small as he could make it, turned his back on it, and he told me this. He said, Tyler, for me, it's like Halloween all year long. I said, what are you talking about? He says, when I get up in the morning, you ever felt this? He said, I put on my school clothes and my school attitude, and I walk around my campus on the outside pretending everything is okay, when on the inside, he said, I'm living with all this pain. Turns out the most popular student I've ever met, arguably one of the most successful students I've ever met, was one of the loneliest people you could ever meet. Why? If you take all that stuff and you make it a secret and you live pretending, you can't connect to anybody. You cannot feel loved if you don't feel known. Did you hear that? The depth of your relationships depend on the vulnerability of those relationships. You know what Joe didn't understand? This simple truth. It's okay to need other people. In fact, we have to allow other people to help us. You can't feel loved unless you feel known, right? I want to prove to you that we need each other. Here's my proof. I got a lot of proof. I'm only going to give you one. Here it is. Ready? We need each other because nobody is perfect. Did you ever do something dumb? You ever do something embarrassing? You ever trip at school? What does everyone do when someone trips at school? Yeah, your best friend who would die for you, you trip at school, they will laugh. It's just the way it is. Watch me. You would think a normal person would trip and just keep walking. Oh no, we all do this dumb thing when we trip. I'll show you in slow motion. You've done it, I've done it. Instead of tripping and keep on going, we do this. We trip and we turn around, give a dirty look at the sidewalk right where we just tripped. Full speed, it's like this. Like, what are you looking at? You think there's a little guy hiding in the crack in the sidewalk going, yeah, gotcha, huh? It's ridiculous. There's no guy in the sidewalk. Oh, you need more proof? How about this one? Edge of your bed. You ever wake up in the middle of the night because you got to go to the bathroom? No big deal. Too much lemonade will do that. Watch. You would think a normal person would wake up, get out of bed, go across their bedroom, go down the hallway, go to the bathroom, come back down the highway. Highway, you've got a big house.
Mom, I need an Uber. Anyway, well, so you would think a normal person would walk back into their room, up to the edge of their bed, climb in bed, and go back to sleep. Oh no, I know what you do. You wake up, you go across, you go down, you come back. You don't walk up to the edge of your bed. No, you stop like 4, 6 feet, and you jump. Why? Because you're convinced that in that dark space under your bed, there's a guy about this big with a big knife. And if you get your feet too close, he's gonna go, yeah, 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 right? Ridiculous. We all do dumb things. If you're smiling right now, you're a bed jumper. You ever wake up with your arm hanging off the bed? You're like, whoa. It's gonna grab me and pull me under. It's ridiculous. And then you know what we do? And you know what we do? We walk around school. We try to pretend everything's great and perfect all the time.
Are you a bed jumper? Well, the reality is there's a powerful truth behind that story, as you already know, and it's this: you cannot feel loved unless you feel known. But it's scary to let somebody in. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to live a very lonely life because I was pretending. Half of my life, until I was about 30, I had a big secret, and that secret was this: nobody knew. But I suffer and have suffered my whole life from something called obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. It's been something that's dominated my life, but I was able to pretend, I was just neat and I didn't like touching things. People didn't know about my rituals and routines, and till I was about 30, it was just overwhelming for me. And then I finally reached a point where I thought, I just want to be loved for who I really am. So that's why I didn't shave and shower today, because this is who I really am. Does anyone know who you really are? That kind of honesty? Somebody who loves you for who you are, warts and all? Because that's what we all long for. By the way, Joe's doing great. No matter what you're up against, I want to remind you that there is always hope. But that hope often comes through human connection. You can't feel loved unless you feel known.